Hi everybody, it's Christopher and welcome to Life's Not Over, It Just Looks Different on YouTube. In today's video, I thought I'd share a few experiences I've had with people's reactions or interactions with me and with my white cane. Now, if you've been watching some of my videos before, you may remember that I do carry what is known as an identification cane. So it's very thin, very light, and very short, because I carry it at about my waist height. It doesn't have an end on it here, so I don't use it to tap on a regular basis like you see in television or the movies. I carry this across my body, kind of like this, and I can use it to tap if I need to. If I see something in front of me that I'm not quite sure of what it is, I can use it to tap and touch the surface before I take that next step. This cane is meant to let people know that I am a person with sight loss, so that if I am walking somewhere that maybe I shouldn't be, or if I'm about to walk somewhere that might be dangerous for me, it lets people know, and hopefully they will alert me to whatever might be happening, that or stop me. That would be nice too, so that I don't do something that could be dangerous for me. But people's reactions to the white cane can be very interesting, sometimes verbally, sometimes in their actions. One that popped up in my Facebook memories earlier this week, I'd almost forgotten about this, was 3 years ago in the very early days of COVID, when we weren't really sure what we could touch and what we shouldn't, and surfaces and all of that kind of thing. I went to an appointment at a radiology clinic to get an x-ray. And when I went up to the desk, I took out my health card and showed it to the person at the desk, and she said, "Can you read that for me, because I'm not allowed to take it from you?" And I said, "Well, actually, no, I can't. I'm vision impaired," and I held up my white cane so she could see it. And she said, "Oh, I thought that was a fashion choice." Really? Coming from somebody in a medical setting, that really surprised me, I have to say. But it's not the most unusual reaction that I've had to the cane. When I am out walking down a sidewalk or something like that, because I have partial sight, I can usually see people coming toward me or people coming from different directions. And if I am walking on a sidewalk, usually people will get out of my way. They'll move off to one side or the other. Some people, again, similar to what we did in the early days of COVID, when we were all giving each other 2 meters of space. Some people will get off the sidewalk entirely and walk way over onto the grass on either side, giving me this huge wide berth. It's a bit excessive, but I appreciate the gesture. And there's been other times when I've been walking and I encounter two people maybe walking side by side, or maybe two people talking on the sidewalk, just sort of standing in place. And I've actually seen people grab each other. So two people will be talking or maybe walking, and one will grab the other and pull them out of my way, which is, again, a little over the top, but I appreciate the gesture and I appreciate what they're trying to do. It's usually shocking to the person being grabbed, though, I have to say. I've seen a few of those where they're like, "Huh? Oh, I see why they did that." So it's just kind of interesting to watch people's reactions or behavior through the lens of a partially sighted person. The same thing happens when I'm on transit. When I get on a crowded transit bus or LRT car, it's interesting to watch people's body language. Now, again, I don't see faces very well, so I can't recognize faces and I can't actually read their faces at a certain distance. But I can sort of see body language. And when I get on an LRT car or a bus that all of the seats are taken, I sometimes see people look around like they're figuring out who's going to get up and offer a seat first. And usually there's this moment of people kind of looking around, and it's usually the one who's doing the look around who gets up to offer the seat when it happens. Sometimes it doesn't happen at all. Now, I don't make a big deal out of it. I don't need a seat. I'm actually very capable, and in fact, I often tell people, you know what, I really don't need a seat. I've been sitting at my office desk all day at work. I'm okay with standing for now. So I don't need the seat, but I appreciate the gesture that they want to offer it. But it is just kind of interesting to watch people's reaction as they sort of look at others and observe others to see who's going to move first. Speaking of the LRT, last week I had an interesting reaction where I was on the LRT. I was standing near the door because my stop was next. And as I was standing there with my white cane in front of me, this gentleman in a seat near the door touched my cane and kind of rattled it like this. And I thought, and I actually said to him out loud, please don't do that. And in my head, I'm thinking, why on earth would you do that? And he said, oh, you saw me? And I said, no, but I felt what you did. And please don't do that. He said, oh, okay. I don't even have words for what he was thinking or why that happened. The cane is an extension of my body. It's my mobility aid that I may need to test surfaces and things. So, much like we have these things about personal space and we don't want people just coming and randomly touching us for no good reason, don't touch my cane, please. It's an extension of my body and it's something I'm using to help me navigate. So please don't touch. Anyway, that is just a few of the stories I wanted to share about some people's reactions to the white cane and some of the observations I've been able to make as a person who is partially sighted, but a white cane user. I want to thank you very much for watching today. I really do appreciate each and every one of you who watches these videos, who's clicked like down below or subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much for doing so. I really do appreciate it. I also love the comments. If you want to share, you can drop a comment down below. My email address will be in the description of this video. You can always send me an email if you want. Love to hear from people. And I really want to thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.